voice is, by definition, a strong woman. Women are like tea bags. We don't know our true strength until we're in hot water. We all know the best conversations happen in the ladies' room.
Yay! We're all together again.
Wow. Welcome back, the world traveler.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Low. We were low less.
Sexy photos in Mexico.
Oh yeah, my ass was all over Instagram. If you guys haven't
It was
seen it.
literally.
Yeah, great.
Did I miss that?
You missed it.
You
I'll
did,
show
Rebecca. Did you have a
How'd
thong
you miss
bikini?
that? Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I had a thong. I told you I was going to wear a thong bikini.
That's right.
You were messing around. It was looking juicy.
I'm always
You
the
look
last.
bronzed.
I'm
always
always
the
the
last to know, you know?
Well, here, I'll just pass over my phone. You can
All right.
look
I
through all my
know. I'm
sexy
looking it up
pics.
right now. Hang on.
I don't want to
No,
get
but it was
distracted.
so fun, you guys. It was a much needed,
Show her the picture.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Hey.
You look good.
I know.
Those are some good tushes.
That's what
Yes,
I'm
girl.
saying.
Well, we were talking about finding out things like the wrong way. Like, I mean, I'm the last one to find out about Lowe's tush.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But Jen has a story about finding out things. I don't know if it's the wrong way, but the
Yeah.
late way.
Yeah, okay.
Not the way you wanted to hear
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
So, on a couple podcasts back, we talked about how my morning show on The Bull got nominated for a CMA award. That's like the most prestigious award we can get in our genre, in our industry.
Right.
Is it-
Besides like a Marconi.
Yeah, but that's like all radio.
True.
In country
Yeah,
music,
CMA.
CMA is like, and CMA is, as an association, is also like the lifehouse of country. Like people get inducted into the Hall of Fame through the CMAs. Like it's the historic founding people. It's our founding fathers, sort of, in a way. So to get an award is like very prestigious. To be nominated is also an honor. And we got nominated, and we found out today that we didn't get it.
Hey, you know what? The fact that you guys were still nominated is amazing. So
I know.
congrats on
It
that.
really
is.
Because there's a lot of people that weren't. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that's an honor in itself.
It was.
Absolutely.
And the show's only been together a year and a half.
Yeah.
And some of the other people that had been nominated, their shows have been together
Like
For
decades.
years.
for a lot longer. So, like, I was already feeling honored that our package was competable against other
Absolutely.
shows. So, thank you, CMAs. You're not listening, but
You don't know.
Yeah.
thank you to the CMAs for that.
I'd like to
But-
thank God and my parents and the CMA.
Yes. However,
Here it comes.
Here it
Yeah,
comes.
yeah.
Here's my frustration. How we found out. So basically what happens is you get nominated and then they say, hey, we'll let you know when you're going to find out. And then you get an email that says you'll find out sometime in October. So you're on pins and needles the entire month of October just waiting when you're going to find out. So about a week ago, they sent out an email to let us know, hey, Carrie Underwood will be calling you to let you know Wednesday morning, the 9th, if your show is nominated. They're calling during your morning shows.
If your show's nominated or
Or
won.
if you
Yeah,
won.
won.
If you
okay,
won.
okay, okay.
So, like, we look super nice
Yeah,
today.
dude.
Like,
You look
ready
great.
with our Facebook Live. Like, just ready for because our warm line, no one has that number. So when it rings, like, you know.
know.
So it
Who's
wasn't
calling
like they're
for
going,
it?
hey,
Yeah.
can you play a song for me? It
No,
wasn't like that. yeah.
special phone line and the light lights up. So just the whole morning we were just sick to our stomachs, just waiting. Also stalking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just everything to
See if anything leaked or
yeah, because
anything.
the national shows find out, like Bobby Bones and them. So once you find out they win,
Yeah.
you just know it's a matter of time until everybody else starts to find out. So I get this Facebook message from a listener.
What time in the morning was this? I just want to.
Oh, this was like
Did you start your show at 6?
5.
At 5. Okay.
I get this 8:15.
Wow,
Which
okay.
is already much later than we thought because we're sitting in the studio doing the math like, okay, well, the station's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's already past their time, which
Right.
means they didn't win. You know,
Right.
3 hours.
doing
yeah.
doing that, crap in your head to
uh-huh.
yourself, like convincing yourself you won. Here's why. And
Here's why. I'm great. Here's why.
if this listener is listening, please know I am frustrated and I'm fine to talk with you about it because we had just been waiting the whole morning and for the press release through the proper channels or for our programming director to be like, hey, they've gone live here. Here's where you guys can monitor it.
Yeah.
I get a Facebook message from her with a screenshot of the CMA website.
Oh, no.
Hey guys, sorry you didn't win.
Oh.
And I literally read that and went, what the beep? and opened up the CMA website, and sure enough, they had all the categories laid out with little awards next to the winner, and it wasn't us.
Oh.
And I went, you know what? This is about the same as like the UPS guy letting you know your dog died.
Oh God.
Like, you know, like they come up to the house and delivered your package. Oh, your dog's in the road dead. Like,
oh no!
what? Like,
God.
you know, it's like the passing of info from somebody not.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm hearing: that listener cannot win a prize for at least 30 days. That's number one.
Seriously.
But I need to explain the feeling of the whole morning, just like the
Totally.
stress ball you
Pins
have.
and needles, man.
Yeah, none of us
want to
can
hear
honestly-
good news.
You don't really know how you're like getting bad news isn't good in any way. There's not a
No.
great way to get bad news, but that's just so unceremonious, isn't it?
The
Like,
proper channel would have been finding out on Facebook from other stations, like, oh my gosh, we won. And
Right.
then, oh, okay, they announced they're winning.
So we didn't win.
Or a press release from All Access or from Country Air Check or from the CMAs directly. Like, those are
Yeah,
all.
be like, hey guys, thank you so much for your submission. It was such a close race. But like, you know what I mean? Like something nice like
something.
that.
Yeah.
Anything.
Exactly. A consolation word or two, you
Yeah,
know?
just
Because-
before it goes out, because then, like you said, you're just, anxious the whole
Anxious.
time.
Yeah.
And when a
And then to
Facebook
find-
message pops up on the bottom of your screen, you think it's somebody just like, hey, good morning.
Right.
Hey, can you
Right.
play this song?
Not going to tell you what you've been waiting to hear all
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, you know who you are.
it's
no
just
prizes.
not the person you wanted to hear it from.
No, it's
prizes,
not.
30 days.
And bless her heart, I will give this. Bless her heart for being so like devoted to the show.
Right. And on top of it.
And how excited she was, just as excited as we were, obviously. So that's why she was watching all
she
the
probably
places
didn't know,
too.
you know.
She didn't know. I
How
think
it was gonna
that
make you
we
guys
didn't
feel.
know.
It's kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
how's
Right.
it going? Oh, you haven't heard, have you?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
that's the
it's
worst.
right.
It's kind of like, so when I tried out for Survivor, right? That was back in June.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, yeah, they'll probably start calling you on like August and stuff. So kind of the same anticipation of
Yeah.
just stress and like waiting. Well, it's October and I haven't heard. So odds
You'd
are,
be so good on that.
odds are I haven't probably
They don't let you
made it
know?
on. No, they don't even tell you like, hey, sorry, we've already started, shooting the show for next season. It's just a blank, like that's it.
And then the
Try
show
it.
just comes on, and
Yep.
you're like, oh, okay, I wasn't on.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how you
But
feel.
they
I
film
feel
it
about
like
that.
a season ahead, right?
They do. So right now there's a season on, but starting probably now they're filming for the following season to start airing in spring, which probably would have been the season that I would have been on should I have gotten chosen.
Right.
So
Well,
it's like
all of
this,
this-
at
all of
least
this-
at least you had the news saying that you didn't get it. I'm still sitting here like,
Am I
well,
gonna get it?
Yeah.
All of this is better than finding out that you've lost your job by a sheet on a printer that says, here's the new morning show.
Did it happen to you?
Thank God it didn't happen to me, but it happened to people I know where they literally walked up to the printer and it said, hey, it's the new morning show, blah, 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 blah. And it was like,
So was it like a press release? Or
yeah,
something?
it was like a,
Oh,
Why would you print out a
God.
press release?
Why?
I think they were trying to look and see how it would look. I don't know. I'm not the one who did it, but I thought to myself, that's a bad move.
So the person who was being replaced or whatever
Yes.
found this
Yes.
said press release
on the printer.
on the printer, which
Okay,
they had no
that's-
idea about.
That's
Yeah.
50 million
No.
times worse than CMA award.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going
I
right
would
to the
have been
darkness.
pissed.
I remember so when I got fired, because
Yeah.
if you've been in radio, you get fired. It's just the way it
Everyone's
is.
been on the beach.
Just about. And if you haven't, good for you. It'll come. So ours was. I was so mad when we got fired because we had to tape out a whole weekend show. And so we kind of knew because things were really weird that morning and we got off the air. It was like 9. And so we were like, are you sure we should tape out the entire weekend show?
Right.
Yeah. Go in the other room and tape out the whole weekend show. So we did. And when we were in there taping, they were getting all the paperwork together. And the second we walked out of the studio, they're like, okay, come on in. And then they fired us. It's like, seriously? Why do we have to go through all that work if you're going to let us go?
I would have deleted it.
Rude.
Oh yeah,
I
I
would
would have
walk
gone.
out.
I would have went in and just deleted all my tracks.
That's a great idea.
Hello.
Can I go back?
No,
a couple
that's
years?
that's not saucy. That's legit. Like
I mean, just, you know what I mean? If you're going
It's
to
a
let somebody
principle.
go, don't make them do all this work before they got to go.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
get
Yeah.
your ducks in order and have that already done before you let them
Have
go.
a
Right.
plan.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
seriously though.
Yeah, I would have went in and deleted all my tracks.
So like, is there like the right way to be fired? Like, what's the right way? First of all, nice little severance might be all right. Like, you know.
Nobody knows but you and the person telling you.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's a matter of both parties that are involved, right? There's certain ways that you have to handle yourself if you are let go. Like it's business for the most part. I would assume if you're being let go for the right reason.
Exactly. Like you could be doing stuff to actually have yourself get fired.
True.
So that
That's
like,
true.
Like,
if you're doing it to yourself, then be
that's
gone.
it.
As
Yeah.
a manager, I've had to fire people, and
Yeah.
there's been a couple that it just felt so legit. It was like, you don't have anything to say. You bought this ticket.
You brought this
right?
on yourself.
Yeah.
Totally. So I don't feel bad about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's
for
hard to say.
instances where it's like
For instances,
budgets
if
or
if it's like an unforeseen circumstance, or
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm so sorry I have to do this to you. It's just
Money.
But in radio,
yeah.
you
Budgets.
can't give people 2 weeks notice of firing in radio. I mean, you cannot let
No.
somebody have the airwaves and
No.
be
Oh, that's
mad
a-
at you.
that's
and,
a
and
risk.
there was a story I think you had saw on Facebook of somebody who was in radio
and they got let go of because of what we were just talking about.
Yep.
And they spouted out on Facebook,
Yeah.
this company is trash. I would never be employed by them again. Like, why would you do that? You're just giving yourself a
know.
bad name.
I know.
And now you're not going to get hired by any company.
Any company.
Wait, sidebar.
Hello.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly who she's talking
But
about.
I don't like. I would never
no.
do that.
No.
No matter what the circumstance
For
was.
me, it would be, unfortunately, I've parted ways with this company. Your girl's a free agent.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
exactly.
right.
Like,
Exactly.
Can you guys smell that bridge burning? I can
Yeah.
smell it.
Because this industry is a small
As
world.
big as you think it is,
Oh, everybody
it
is linked
tiny.
somehow.
And if you don't think someone knows who you are, you better think again.
Yeah.
And so you do not want to be blacklisted or burn
No,
bridges
no.
My whole thing
because
is,
it'll come back to get you.
My whole thing is, if you fire me, you're going to miss me.
Yeah.
That's all. That's how I work every day. I come to work. I work hard enough that if you fire me, you'll miss me.
Yeah.
I know that.
Make
And so-
yourself irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I
Yeah.
don't need to be upset about it when you do. It's like,
absolutely.
Thanks. Now I'll go to sleep for a couple days.
Oh, seriously.
Right?
Well,
Morning
Yeah,
show
that's
girls
hard.
here. Anyway.
both my parents recently were laid off from
Oh.
companies that they spent 30 years at. My
Oh
mom,
my gosh.
both of them worked for AT&T, and my dad got let go first and then was kind of doing like contracting jobs, but then got his job back at AT&T just in a different department.
Uh-huh.
And then my mom got laid off
my
like a few
goodness.
months ago, but she was like, it. I'm almost 60. I'm retired now. Thank you. And she got
I'm
her little
feeling that,
severance
right.
package and all that stuff too. But my dad recently just got a new job with like this financial company, and he's just like managing accounts, like car dealerships. I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It always
And-
gets better after you.
Yeah, it
It does eventually.
And
it
it's
really
so
does.
funny
For anything in
to
life.
see him go through this because he's never done anything other than
Yeah,
than
that's all you
AT&T.
know.
He's been a field engineer, like he's worked on cell towers, like all this stuff. So now it's like this new environment that he's in. And he's like, I don't understand how I'm getting paid to do this because he doesn't have to go into an office.
Oh.
Right.
He gets to work from home.
Oh,
He goes out on,
sweet.
on,
I know.
on calls whenever he needs to go out on calls. But he's very like a hands-on kind of guy. So he feels like he's not working. I'm like, Dad,
That's
this
great.
is how people make a
Ideal.
living. Like,
Yeah.
just do it.
Right.
You get to
Yeah.
hang out at home with mom and the dogs, and you just go out on calls when you have to go out. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Life is
he's like,
good.
it's just weird.
That's how I explain our job. They're like, what do you get paid for? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I show up every day.
But it sure is
It's great.
I feel like as we wrap up this podcast, when we're ready to, we should just flesh it down for everybody who's been fired or unceremoniously found out bad news.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
Hey.
Pour one out.
Yeah, that too.
Josh loves it.